In 2018, a global travel survey revealed that Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany was one of the most photographed buildings in the entire world, beating even the Eiffel Tower for sheer fantasy appeal in certain rankings. But here's the surprising part. This medieval masterpiece is not from the Middle Ages at all. It's barely 150 years old. And the man behind it? A reclusive king who built it not for politics or defense, but for a dream. Our story begins with King Ludwig II of Bavaria, a young monarch who inherited the throne in 1864 at just 18 years old. Ludwig wasn't like other rulers of his time. Instead of focusing on military strategies or political alliances, he was captivated by the world of art, music, and mythology. He was especially enchanted by the works of the composer Richard Wagner. The operas, filled with heroic knights, enchanted forests, and tragic love stories, stirred Ludwig's imagination. In his mind, Bavaria could have its own fairy tale kingdom, brought to life in stone. Construction of Neuschwanstein began in 1869. The design blended Romanesque revival style with medieval fantasy, soaring towers, decorative battlements, and pointed arches. But unlike real medieval castles, Neuschwanstein had no defensive purpose. It was never meant to withstand sieges or house soldiers. Instead, Ludwig envisioned it as a personal refuge, his own retreat from the pressures of the outside world. Think of it as a 19th century passion project on a royal scale. Perched on a rugged hill above the village of Hohenschwangau in Bavaria, the castle offers a view so breathtaking it almost seems unreal. Snow-capped peaks rise in the distance. Lush green valleys spread below. From certain angles, the castle itself appears to float in the clouds. Inside, Ludwig spared no expense. The throne hall was modeled after Byzantine churches, with a golden canopy and murals of biblical kings. The Singers' Hall, one of the largest rooms, was inspired by medieval banquet halls, its walls painted with epic scenes from Wagner's operas. And here's an intriguing detail. Despite its medieval look, Neuschwanstein was equipped with some very modern technology for its time: running water, flush toilets, and even a heating system. Ludwig was famously shy and preferred solitude over courtly gatherings. He would often retreat to Neuschwanstein for weeks at a time, avoiding state affairs. In fact, only a small fraction of the castle was completed during his lifetime, 15 out of over 200 planned rooms. Some historians believe Neuschwanstein reflected Ludwig's desire to live in a world untouched by the politics and industrialization of 19th century Europe. It was his escape, his fantasy brought to life. But this fairy tale has a dark ending. By the mid-1880s, Ludwig's lavish building projects had drained the royal finances. His ministers declared him unfit to rule and placed him under arrest. Just days later, he was found dead in the shallow waters of Lake Starnberg under mysterious circumstances, an official cause of death never fully proven. When Ludwig died in 1886, Neuschwanstein was still unfinished. But instead of abandoning it, the Bavarian government decided to open it to the public, just 6 weeks after his death. Ironically, the castle that had been built for privacy became one of the most visited places in Europe. Over the decades, Neuschwanstein's fame only grew. It became a symbol of romantic architecture and was even the inspiration for Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle. In fact, if you've been to Disneyland or seen the opening logo of Disney films, you've essentially seen a tribute to Ludwig's dream. Hollywood has also embraced it. Neuschwanstein appears in movies, travel documentaries, and even video games. Its image has traveled far beyond Germany, becoming an icon of fantasy and escape. Today, Neuschwanstein attracts around 1.4 million visitors annually, with up to 6,000 people passing through its gates in peak summer months. Managing such crowds in a delicate historical site is a constant challenge. Preservation work is ongoing. The harsh alpine weather means that parts of the castle, especially its tall towers, need regular restoration. Yet, every effort is made to keep Ludwig's vision alive, down to the smallest decorative detail. Why does Neuschwanstein capture our imagination so strongly? Maybe it's because it represents something we all secretly long for, a place where reality pauses and fantasy takes over. For Ludwig, it was an escape from politics into a world of knights and legends. For visitors today, it's a chance to step into a storybook, if only for a few hours. And perhaps that's the castle's greatest achievement. It doesn't just tell the story of a king, it invites each of us to bring our own dreams to its halls and towers. High in the Bavarian Alps, Neuschwanstein stands as a reminder that sometimes the most enduring legacies are not the battles we win, but the dreams we dare to build.